if we are going to talk about current events, not news or politics or anything that might get us in incredible trouble, but
Like anything we said so far doesn't get us in trouble.
let's talk about Mass Effect because everybody's talking about Mass Effect. Um,
Well, you're talking about Mass Effect right now.
yeah, I mean, I guess I'm like the only one in this room who actually played it.
Well, I mean, I love the first one. The second one, I had some disagreements with. The third one, I'm a little afraid to touch it. Plus, I'll probably just wait till it gets cheaper in price. I don't know.
I feel like it's in my PS3 as we speak, and I just never actually play it.
How many hours did you log into it?
I've logged in about like 6 or 7 hours, so I mean,
I mean, that's enough.
I definitely like it a lot more than the second one, just because already I have to say my biggest problem with the second one was just the fact that I couldn't even tell if I felt like it was my fault that I wasn't understanding how nothing was going on in the second game. I felt like I had missed something, and as it turns out, that game just does not have as much story as the first one did.
Yeah, it felt like a lot of Fitch missions to me. It's like you go meet a new party member. He doesn't want to join you right away, so you go do something else. Then he comes back into your party at the end, and that was pretty much the whole formula throughout the whole entire game up until the end.
I know there's some controversy over the ending, but I
Yeah,
think it's absolutely ridiculous for people to get in an uproar about that because ultimately it's good to share your opinion on the things you're interested in because being vocal is important. But I mean, to a certain extent, you can't hassle and harass, a game developer that you
oh
supposedly admire
yeah, aren't they
into
like trying
changing
to?
their title or changing their ending. Like,
Yeah, isn't there a petition going out for that actually?
I think some people have been claiming that it's their First Amendment rights and stuff like that. It's been getting weird.
Oh
Just like comments on video game sites, paragraphs, 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 and
oh, pure rubbish.
it's pure rubbish. It's just like get over it. It's Mass Effect 3, and if you didn't like the ending, then I don't know, play Mass Effect,
It
the
sounds
first
like
one. It's like I don't want to say fuck your opinion, but just use your opinion in the correct outlet. Don't try to force change with negativity. I guess is my point.
yeah, a lot of this fan outrage that I've actually read about, online, like, it's actually gotten enough to where it's actually on BuzzFeed, or someone's actually posted a story about how some people are just completely outraged at the ending for this new Mass Effect game. Which, you know, first of all, my question is, there are people that have finished this game already.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just like, I mean, that's like a given.
people will finish games in ridiculously short times just to say they're the first ones, and then maybe spoil it for a few others.
I feel like it's a spoiler alert enough to hear about people complaining about the ending because I've been very careful on which articles I click on regarding that subject because I'm afraid that at any moment I'm going to read something about the ending of the game and that's going to piss me off because I spent $60. I want to get the ending by beating the game, not
You
by not
you
by
want to
hearing
hate the
some
ending with your
neckbeard's
60 bucks.
complaint. Like
Yeah, I mean, we just can't really change what people will say about anything.
yeah, I guess this is just a point where we helplessly bitch about something that we can't change, just like the very people that we were just talking about. So
It's the
we're
It
so
comes
goddamn
full
hypocritical.
circle around.
it's the same old song. They did this as soon as they announced that Watchmen is going to be releasing prequels.
Oh yeah,
And
Oh
people got
yeah.
all mad about that, and then they found out who was actually working on the actual prequel comics, and it actually sounds like it's going to be of good quality.
I feel like in that instance, it's just like if you feel like Watchmen is a standalone graphic novel, then there's absolutely nothing that's keeping you from only reading Watchmen.
yeah. I mean, I'm kind of curious to see how these prequels will turn out.
I mean, it's a comic. If you don't like it, then that's it. But
Like now's like if you didn't like Watchmen, the first one, or think that like it should expand, then like why are you gonna jump into the new like franchise?
people are too reliant on reviews and the public word on things. Just because you play a game or you watch a movie or you watch a show just to experience it, just to see what it's about, and you don't like it, it doesn't ruin your credibility just because my sister made me watch the Vampire Diaries last week. and
Ew.
it's pretty god awful in a lot of respects. But I feel like there's some aspects of that show that if they had like punched that up a bit more, uh, it would have worked better.
Well, yeah. The other point I wanted to make is just, if you just, want to get an idea of where this Mass Effect 3 cycle is going to go, just take a look at all the hordes of fans who, love Star Wars, and just take a look at where that cycle of, anger is going to go.
Yeah.
I just feel like I wouldn't doubt if there was a DLC later, just purely about the ending.
Well, I mean, I feel like only time will tell, and I can only hope that it's not leading to a Mass Effect 4. But in other video game news, earlier this week there was a memory leak on Xbox Live, which I'm a PSN user. I have nothing against Xbox Live members. I feel like Xbox Live has a lot more to offer because it is a payable service.
Yeah.
But people were losing their gamer scores, which is like a pretty big deal. I think I even remember reading on IGN that I think one of the biggest accounts that had lost their gamer score was like 68,000 points. Wow. Or I think it was like actually like 680,000 points. I take that back. It was just
what?
I know.
That's even more ridiculous than the first statement.
I feel like when I look at my PSN tag and I'm like, ooh, level 12.
Smoking aces.
I've got one platinum trophy from Sly Cooper, but I mean,
That's right. Chin up, pimp.
But I mean, still, I feel like trophies are fun, which gets me to my next point. I guess is just like I noticed that there was a trending argument on wherever I found this story, which is the people saying that you don't have a life, who cares about trophies, who cares about achievements. And then there's some people who are just saying, hey, you don't have to take it that seriously.
Yeah, like, well, what's the point of a game if you're going to take it that seriously? Like, when will it end?
I mean, it's like pretty cool. Like Uncharted, for instance. There's always like those trophies for getting like a certain amount of kills with each gun. And so I feel like it's kind of cool because it helps you rotate gameplay because you don't spend too much time using one gun or one strategy.
Yeah, I feel I've always really loved trophies or achievements only because it brings up replay value in games. Like, oh, try to beat it on hard, or oh, try to beat it with these restrictions. If anything, it's just giving you more like incentive to do it. Plus, not only like I remember back in the day when because recently I replayed through the Metal Gear Solid HD collection. I did these runs where no kill runs, no alerts, just doing everything stealth and like not being seen. Playing it on hard, sometimes trying to do it on extreme. But yeah, when I was actually doing it on these HD collections, I was totally able to like do it, and like now I have a trophy for it. Now when I say I did it, like there's proof.
I mean, I guess it's good for bragging rights. I mean, to a certain extent. But I mean, usually whenever we're talking about trophies, it's between us usually.
Yeah. Like, hey, did you see that trophy I got last night? Well, nothing like that.
You see that trophy I got last night? 25 kills. Mm-hmm. No, that's not impressive.
Like, look at that bronze trophy.
I guess it's just like I've heard that people actually pay for achievements and pay for trophies. Like they'll pay. I'm not sure how that works.
Like, do they pay a person to use their account to do it?
I guess so. Yeah, and
or like they pay for a save file.
Yeah, but apparently like a lot of people who have like the top platinum trophies on the PlayStation Network, like I'm sure there's some real like top trophy earners. Congratulations, you guys.
I heard they're like multi-users.
But yeah, that too. But I mean,
you guys provide a service.
I mean, what does that mean if you're paying for trophies or paying for achievements? I mean,
it's a new economy out there.
It's video games. It's
the same type of economy they had with World of Warcraft when people were gold farming.
Yeah,
the same type of economy back in Diablo too.
Even more old school.
I mean, I guess grinding can get pretty tedious, but I guess it's more the fact that I don't know. To me, the longer it takes you to get to your goal without being too tedious, the better the game. Just if a story is at a good length and it's paced really well, like I don't want to finish it very quickly.
It kind of takes away from the whole point of it, which is to feel like you achieved this. To feel like you put all this time and effort into it, and when you finally did it, you're like, yes.
Yeah.